You have worked hard all your life, but still live paycheck to paycheck. You have followed the being good rules taught in school, but your classmate with poor grades is making more money than you. What are you missing in this whole picture? Why do things turn out like this? If you want to escape the poverty programming trap, you need to change these few things. 1. Confront reality. Most of us resist the success mindset because we are uncomfortable accepting something new. In a way, we are hypnotized by our education system to be good employees instead of successful entrepreneurs. It all started 200 years ago with the Industrial Revolution. As the world moved from an agrarian economy to an industrial economy, the demand for industrial workers exploded. That's when a man named Horace Mann developed the new education system. This new system valued respecting authority, punctuality, basic literacy, and arithmetic. Basically everything that was needed to become a useful factory laborer. But the sad truth is that the same education system is being followed even now, when technological innovation and financial sophistication are transitioning unprecedentedly. Today, our education is not aimed at learning or developing skills that make us rich. The subject of money doesn't even feature in our curriculum. No one teaches us about tax saving. In fact, most of us think it's the same as tax evasion. It is frowned upon, while paying taxes is considered virtuous. Similarly, the virtues of punctuality, a 9-to-5 routine, and accepting authority are so deeply drilled down into us that we start believing that it's the only right way of life. However, in reality, these so-called virtues only make other people rich while we die poor. So what do we need to change? At the outset, our biggest flaw is our mindset. We never question why being good never translates into becoming rich. We have normalized paycheck to paycheck living because everyone around us is in the same boat. It's high time that we confront reality. We should open our eyes and start seeing that the rich don't depend on a paycheck, but still live a life we can only dream of. We need to allow our minds to accept becoming rich is possible, and we need to do something different to get out of living hand to mouth. 2. Don't resist money. Most of us have heard the phrase, money is the root of all evil, in some form or the other. Our favorite superhero movies show the superhero as a poor, good pizza delivery guy who saves the world from a rich billionaire villain. Our sitcoms undermine the rich kids as trust fund kids who have their rich dad's business to go to after college. They make jobs look cooler than running your dad's business. They put in our minds that rising the corporate ladder requires hard work, but running a business is a piece of cake. And people fall for it. We don't see the subliminal messages such narratives imbibe in us. They instill the poor people's mindset in us. We start believing that being rich and successful is evil. We start resisting money. That's when our fall begins. Some of us leave our family businesses to work in a job while others never think of starting a business. We think that immense wealth is unattainable, that more money is only possible by breaking the law, so we don't even try. This working class mindset ensures a constant labor supply for those multinational corporations, which makes the rich even richer and the poor even poorer. Instead, we need to have an abundance mindset. We should always be on the lookout for how we can sell our skills for a higher price, how we can get a better value for our worth, and how we can improve our finances. 3. Don't fear mistakes. Our schools have deeply drilled into our minds that making mistakes is unacceptable. With that conditioning, we'd rather not try doing anything new than doing it wrong. And this is why we don't learn anything new in our lives. Thomas Edison was expelled from his school because he couldn't follow basic instructions, and schools deemed him as unteachable. In the modern day, we know he was dyslexic, but back in the 1800s, he was only called stupid. But his mother knew he had it in him. She taught him how to read, and that's how Thomas developed a deep interest in science. He was fired from many factory jobs because he wasn't productive enough. But he wasn't meant to be just an ordinary factory worker who would blindly follow instructions. He was an inventor at heart. He failed 10,000 times before successfully creating the light bulb. An average person would have given up, but Edison only believed in one thing. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. And today we all know Edison has 1,093 patents in his name. Edison's story should be our Bible when we attempt anything new. We should not fear making mistakes, but we should learn from them as fast as we can and improve upon them. We should know that perfection only comes by doing things and making mistakes. Success doesn't happen overnight, but it finally comes to those who persevere. 4. Acquire new skills. Another roadblock in our minds is that we need to get fancy college degrees to get higher paying jobs. This is some of the most restrictive thinking that pulls us back into the past. We think that we need to let go of our current income stream and save loads of money to go to college, but we can't be more wrong. In this world of online learning, we can upskill at any time, for free, and in a matter of days. Websites such as Coursera offer free certification programs from legit, well-known universities that help you learn almost anything, including software development, graphic design, content strategy, and whatnot. By doing any one of these courses, you can start your own boutique consultancy with just a laptop and a good internet connection and cater to clients globally. According to Upwork, annual freelancer earnings in the US are around $1.3 trillion. So don't restrict your learning to college. Just pick up any course that interests you and start offering your services online. There is always a demand for skills, so don't waste even a second thinking you can't do it because you don't know how to. Learn it, sell it, and get paid from it. 5. Stack related skills. Acquiring one new skill helps us take the plunge, but stacking multiple related skills on top of each other helps us swim deeper and penetrate further. We never think of doing that. We are programmed to have unidirectional thinking. Accountants only do accounting. Doctors only treat illness. And scientists only invent things. But with changing times, the path to success has also become multi-pronged. So our income streams should branch out too. We have many more skills we haven't yet explored. For example, an accountant can also be a finance blogger, and a scientist can also be an online tutor. But we just don't explore ourselves enough, and that's why we never amass intergenerational wealth. Suppose you know web designing. Don't stop there. Learn how you can provide your clients with more services. You can ask them what other projects they have. Maybe you can also design their mobile app, do their SEO, or generate beautiful graphics for their websites. The possibilities are endless if you have that penetration mindset. Even if you don't have the required skills right now, add specialists to your team so you can acquire full-fledged turnkey projects. Once your client develops faith in you, they won't want to go anywhere else. 6. Don't think debt is bad. One of the biggest reasons why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer is because the rich leverage debt while the poor spiral into debt. Before 1978, when the credit card interest rates were regulated, only the rich qualified for credit cards. But since the deregulation, even high school students can get credit cards, typically at very high interest rates. This normalizes taking on debt at a very vulnerable age. According to the Forbes Credit Card Statistics and Trends 2023, 73% of Americans get their credit cards by the age of 25, and 55% of Gen Z either don't know their interest rates or are unsure about it. And as credit cards create an illusion of having more money than we actually do, we get duped by the consumerism that's all around us. Brands make us aspire for beyond our reach $1,000 iPhones, even though we only need a $300 smartphone. Soon, without our realizing it, overspending becomes a way of our lives, leading to unaffordable debt burdens. The rich, on the other hand, only use credit cards for cashback points and offers. They always pay off their balances in time because they actually didn't need to borrow money. They also take on debt and invest it in something that earns them more returns and pays off the debt itself. They even leverage debt interest for tax savings. So if we want to become rich, we should shun our old contempt of debt and learn how to use it smartly. We need to know how to leverage debt and not let it become the old ball and chain that keeps us trapped in poverty all our lives.